And the destination of this flight is to the other side. Alright, I don't know, but I guess I had to go there. I guess I had to come here. I know where I'm from, but now I'm headed where I'm going right. Alright, but there are powers in the air, you can't see them, and they have rockets and machine guns, and they're firing on my plane. But I say fire, fire, hey. Ready, aim, fire, hey. You can't shoot me down. Whoa, fire, fire, hey. Ready, aim, fire, hey. You can't stop me now, can't stop me now, no. La 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 la. Ooh. I'm on a rocket ship, yeah, and the destination of this rocket is to outer space. Alright, I know, but I guess I had to go. Guess I had to come here. I know where I'm from, but now I'm headed to another place. God is taking me to another space. But there are powers in the air, you can't see them, and they have rockets and machine guns, and they're firing on my brain. Hey, but I say fire, fire, hey. Ready, fire, hey. You can't shoot me down. Hey, fire, yeah, yeah. Fire, ready, fire, hey. You can't stop me now, can't stop me now, no. La 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 la. Hey, say I'm just trying to make it straight cause it's sideways. Trying to take water to a dry place. Trying to take hope where there ain't none. Trying to bring low to a high place. Zone, wanna make the shooter put the gun down. Zoom up against the hold our sun now. Wanna make the lame man run again. Make the blind man see the sun again. But all I hear is bang bang gat. I don't think the powers really want that. Breathing down my neck, goes on my back, got the guns out, but I said, woo, 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 woo. Fire, hey, yeah, 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 woo, woo. You can't shoot me down, no, fire, yeah, yeah, fire, ready, fire. Stop me now, 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 no. La 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 la. But I say fire, fire, hey. Ready, aim, fire, yeah. You can't shoot me down. Whoa, fire, fire, hey. Ready, aim, fire, hey. You can't stop me now, can't stop me now, no.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Jay, the African here at Alkebulan Inspirational Sunday. This has been a trying morning. I was always asked during COVID, what would youth services and what would the program look like if we were back in the building? What would Alkebulan Inspirational Sunday look like if we came back in the building? And I said, I hope it would actually look the same. And so all week I've been working on bringing some equipment up into the building. We're in the Hall of Pentecost, so it's been some work. It's been some work. And so there's some things that I'm going to change, but we're going to ride with it today. Today's topic is iron sharpens iron. And understanding your metal. Now, the difference between the previous setup and this particular setup is the fact that the screen that triggers the conversation is way on the other side of the room. So we testing the old man's eyes today. Definitely testing the old man's eyes today. But iron sharpens iron. Understanding your metal. Understanding your metal. Now, this has always been my favorite time of year, because this is that scenario and that situation where you get to connect with your friends, connect with the people that you care about, and actually develop your greatest self. And it's a different period because it's not just about you. It's about how you interact with others and how you allow others to interact with you. And that's important. How do you interact with others, and how do others interact with you? And so it is a definite look with not just looking at your friends. It's not just looking at the friends you're around, but it's looking at who you are when you're with your friends. What are your friends leading you to experience? We all have friends. The issue is, what quality are they? But then before you can get to understanding the power of what we say is the power of the group, you have to know who you are in the group. So this is understanding your metal is a process of self-reflection. This is the time where you got to go inward before you can get something out of the group. You have to begin to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? Clearly. Digging down, having the questions, because coming out of, in this particular experience of season, when we're dealing with iron sharpens iron, your inner power, your inner strength, where you are interacting with your friends, because friends will sharpen the greatness in you. Friends will sharpen the greatness in you. When they say iron sharpens iron, because it is, and we'll get to that in terms of a metal can only shape in that particular metal. And so when you look into yourself, know who you are, because you're going to be able to understand who's around you. So when you're dealing with the issue of iron sharpens iron, go deep. Go deep. Don't have any questions about anything that you do. And ask yourself, when you're looking at yourself, ask yourself, which material are you? What are you? Because when they say iron sharpens iron, the question is, do you understand your strengths? Or are you silly putty? Are you Play-Doh? Are you cotton soft? What is your material? And when you start dealing with the issues of what is your material, what are you made of, you start looking at yourself and not denying no false presentations. You looking at yourself so real, so honest, so open. Why? Because you're bringing this person that you are to your friends. And so when you take off the fake, the faces, the phony, and you look at yourself, you have to ask yourself, What type of friend am I? When I'm interacting with you, what type of friend am I? And the only person, now your friends can tell you what they get from you. This is, again, the power of the group, that mirror image. Have you been your greatest self to yourself? Because if you're your greatest self to yourself, then you know that you're bringing your greatest self to everybody else around you. What type of friend are you? Are you trustworthy? Are you kind? Are you happy? Are you loyal? Are you funny? Are you serious when you need to be serious? Are you caring? What type of friend are you? And so in that space, literally, in this season, you have to know yourself. Before you get into your group, as you walk into your group, you need to take a systems check. Systems check. Every time you turn on the computer, it goes through a system check. And before it comes on, and if the computer comes up and it comes on and there's something wrong with it, it'll beep and you'll see something. And so that's the same thing that you have to do for you. Every time, every morning, systems check. How are you feeling? How are you thinking? How are you moving? What are you doing? You have to know thyself in this particular season. Because now, when you're dealing with iron sharpens iron, if you already, well, iron sharpens iron. So if I'm metal, that's the strong part of you, the hard part of you. Now, is the hard part of you your broken self? And I'm hoping not. And I'm going to speak as though I understand that you're not functioning from your broken self. You're functioning, when iron sharpens iron, you're functioning from your genius zone. You are completely aware of your strengths. You understand your weaknesses. You understand what makes you uniquely different. When you're getting into that experience of iron sharpens iron, understanding your metal is understanding you. And so you have these group experiences. You should be functioning in this time period of this year. Coming out of Lent and Resurrection Sunday, Pentecost season is about power. Your iron sharpening your iron. When I'm interacting with my friends, I come into that friend zone in my powerful self. You know that you are, when you are an asset to someone else, I'm going to be an asset to you when you walk in that pure strength of knowing who you are without a shadow of a doubt. What skills you have, what characteristics you have, your personality, what is built in your DNA. You know these things. You know these things. And that's the beautiful part about when you begin to understand your metal. That's that hard part, that chiseled part of you that cannot be broken. Now, and if you look at the what's behind me, there are so many different, and it doesn't mean that you have to be the same as your friends, because there are different types of metals. Everybody in your circle don't have to be the same. Everybody in your circle don't have to have the same characteristics or even like what you like. But you got to know who they are. You got to know what their strengths are. When you're looking at Marvel, the Avengers, and the Avengers is the best part about iron and sharpening iron. You have someone who believes in themselves, coming into an experience, interacting with someone who believes in themselves, and none of them have the same powers. None of them have the same powers. They're all different, but they all are chiseled hard. So when you sit down and you chilling with your friends, everybody got the swag. Everybody got that God swag. Everybody is as smooth as all outdoors. Man, you come to my community and they think, Brother Ajay be dressing. But I can show you quite a few black men around this community that know how to make it look good. And so you're not the only one who looks good on the outside, and you're definitely not the only one who looks good on your inside. When iron sharpens iron, you got to know the best parts of you. And you got to always give the best parts of you to your people. Because what that does when you have that, everybody is functioning from their greatest self, there's a level. And so in that experience, let me get back to this one, because I need y'all to see this. When you're here and you're at your most powerful sense of awareness, that doesn't mean you don't have any hard times. That don't mean that you don't feel weak, but you are comfortable at being you. When you're comfortable at being you, and you're comfortable at being you with people who are around you, when you're that comfortable, what does the people around you do? Or what can you do for someone else? That's even more important. When you understand your mettle, the things that make you wonderfully you, you begin to unleash another level of creative genius inside you. When you bring your best self to the table, to the circle, to the group, and you're interacting with individuals and you expect them to bring their best self, their powerful self to the group, what you get from each other is a whole nother level of states of beings. And this has been proven to us the world over. You just got to look at, wait a minute, whose iron sharpened whose iron? And here's a quick one. And you may not even know these faces because they look young to you. Me, I know these faces. But who are these sisters? Where they learned how to play tennis together and never undercut each other in their competition. You may have friends that are competitive out of all this world. But the thing about having a competitive friendship, you push each other to your greatest self. So these sisters were like that as children. And they understood the greatness of who they are and what they loved, and they shared it. And then they challenged each other to the fullest extent, and they created something great. This is the couple issues that we have, so I apologize for what's happening right now. I kind of figured this might have happened. We're going to fix this next week with iron sharpens iron. But in that space, you got to understand that you built different. You're built different when you sit down and you with people that understands who you are. You're built different when you allow your friends to pour into you. You'll be built different. You are always a certain level of greatness. Always a certain level of greatness. But that greatness gets even better when you challenged with somebody that is connected to being as great as they can possibly be. And sometimes that person that challenges you doesn't even have to be next to you. Sometimes it's the history of what someone else has done. It's the experience of what someone else has accomplished. LeBron has never played a basketball game with Jordan. But he always looks at what Jordan has accomplished and said, let me see if I can push myself to the limit the same way someone else did. Iron sharpens iron. And they're discussing who is the GOAT. And so when you have that situation, that circumstance where you are bringing your most creative self into the experience, where the people that you might even be connected to is historically a part of your history. This is why studying history is important. Because you can find yourself inside someone who already walked the planet that may not even be here anymore. Looking at what they accomplished if you're going into the same area in which they come out of. You too, in that space, in that situation, will also realize how different you're built. You're not built the way the world told you you are. You are built the way the Creator put you together. And in that space of understanding the fact that you are genuinely built great and you having your friends pour into you, you walk into a whole different level of greatness. It's a whole different level of experience. When you understand your mettle. When you understand your mettle. And we sit down and say here at World of Alkebulan, we can get every child in the diaspora to understand who they are in their creation. We can bring about a better family, a better group of people, a better community, a better planet when our iron sharpens each other. This is something that has to be done. And this is something that is being focused on here at the World of Alkebulan. And again, if you can do this, you can do anything. With that being said, one love.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. I'm gonna show you how great I am. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
I get it on. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Let me show you now.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. 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 I'm gonna show you how great I am.